Hey, what's up, guys? So, last week I went and picked up this Dell Inspiron 5676. I purchased it for $40 off Facebook Marketplace. It seems like it was just abandoned, but basically, you guys will see what we get. It's only the case, the CPU cooler, and the motherboard. So, my plan with this, is to swap the motherboard out into a new case, but we all know how Dell is. Once you take out any of the components, especially the motherboard, you will get a lot of security issues during boot. But I have an easy method for you guys. So the only thing we're gonna need is just an adapter. We're not gonna need any cables, any front cables to cut, and also to cut any wires. So we're just gonna make things pretty nice and simple, and everything will work out perfect. Alright, guys, this is the adapter I was referring to. I purchased it on Amazon for $15, you could say, after tax. And all we need is the small one. I bought it for the Dell Aptiplex 990, and they say it works with the 790, the Aptiplex 790, and the T1600 Precision. But also that they say that it's not compatible with any other motherboards that they don't listed. So, since the Dell 5676 that I just picked up has the same 5-pin headers on the motherboard, I was like, hey, you know what? That's the reason I bought it. I bought it just to test this out. So I will show you guys that it does work without any issue. And then also there's a couple other steps you just have to do if you do have the same Dell Inspiron 5676 or the 5675. It will work for it without any issue. All right. This is the case I'll be using. It's the Montech X3 mesh. I bought it for $50 during Black Friday, and also I bought it for bills like this because the motherboard do not have enough fan headers, and also there's no ARGB headers on it. So this case will come with Molex RGB and 6 fans. They're also Molex also. So it is perfect for our build. We don't need to plug anything onto the motherboard, and it also has great airflow. So, all right, guys. So, now I'm just gonna use the Montech front panel power switch to connect into the motherboard power switch without the adapter, and I will show you guys what's gonna come up on the screen if we don't use when we don't use that adapter. All right, so now we're gonna turn the PC on, and then to see what's gonna pop up on the screen when we don't use the adapter. So we're only using the Montech front panel. So this is what we will be getting when we don't use it. Boom, it says that service code error. Dell support assist has detected a failing component on your system that requires immediate attention. Go to blah 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 and enter the issue description below. So service tag, all this nonsense, check cables, check the following cables, disconnected fail. So I have the system fan plug, all the USB 3.0, USB 2.0 is plugged. The only thing that's not plugged is the audio, but to show you, so this order is gonna keep popping up. Now it's gonna boot, but every time we power it on, that Dell support assist will always come on the screen. So now we're gonna put the adapter. Alright guys, so now I'm gonna boot the PC, and then I'm just gonna show you what to do in the BIOS. Well, first I'm just gonna let it boot. So you're just gonna boot without any issue, with no problem. We're just gonna go straight to Windows. So it just loads up without any issue, nothing popping on. So which is good, because one of the most annoying thing with Dell is that as soon you don't have anything that can stop the security, the support assist will always pops on the screen no matter what. So now I'm just gonna shut it down again. I'm just gonna shut it down. And then so if we go to the BIOS, as you can see in the BIOS is that we do have a Ryzen 7 1700X, which clock at
3.4 and can go all the way to 3.8. Sadly, we can't because this is a Dell motherboard. We cannot do anything about that. And also, the RAM that I have in there, it's 16 gig, 2400 megahertz, and then but the memory is only at the motherboard speed, like 2134. I cannot do anything. This is the stock speed. We cannot change it. There's nothing we can do about that. So now I'm gonna show you guys what I did for the boot. So in order for the boot to work, like if it's on UEFI, you're just gonna keep getting that. It's gonna try to keep trying to boot. Like it's like you trying to boot like on the internet, like over PXE, which is crazy. And then there's nothing you can do to stop it. So the only way to stop it is by going to boot option list and boot list option and set it to legacy. And when you set it to legacy, you have to push enter. So with that little bar next to it, to the ones that you don't want to boot on. It's crazy that if you want to use a M.2, you have to go to legacy mode, which is crazy. So the only thing that I leave open is hard drive, M.2, and the USB storage, just in case if you want to install a fresh Windows. So now we just go to exit, save. Now it should work automatically without any issue. So that adapter, guys, it's whoever created it's pretty amazing. I'm gonna do some research about it, but they did a really good job. But I don't even think they know that it actually works for the motherboard. So I'm glad that I took the chance to show you guys, and it actually worked. And overall, also the PC, I think the PC is looking phenomenal. I think it's looking great for a budget PC because I built it under $300. I believe it was about 270 in total. You know, to get a nice PC looking like that for 270, so it's amazing. So the GPU that's in there is a GTX 1070 Ti, 8 gig model from Gigabyte. And I told you guys about the case already, Montech, the X3. And also this is the Idea Cooling CPU cooler. It's ARGB. I could put the ARGB on, but I think it just looks great like that because the RGB do not match with the one on the case. And also, I did find a white fan that I had. That was my last one. So I put the white fan so just we could just bypass the security boot, like the boot errors. So I had to plug it because we didn't want to use a black one. It was gonna mess up the aesthetic. So as for the RAM, I had those RAM laying around, never used them, which is crazy. I'm glad that I found a build for them, and I really like the silver too because it kind of matched like the motherboard and the white aesthetic. So the power supply is a 500-watt power supply that I have in there, and it's from Apevia. I do not recommend to buy that one because it's the Raptor series. It's very light, very cheap. If you're gonna buy a power supply, it's better to spend more money on the power supply because that's what's gonna power everything onto the PC. So you don't want that to give you don't want to have any problem because of power supply. And then also, so of course it's the motherboard, which is from Dell, Inspiron 5676. So the only down part about this is that we cannot upgrade to a third gen Ryzen, which I find that's one of the worst thing about this build is that we cannot upgrade to Ryzen third gen, fourth or fifth, because even the third gen Ryzen's like that's still pretty amazing, especially like the 3700X. I had a 3700X. I really liked it. And then the 3600 you still get great gaming performance. It performs just like a 55 Ryzen 5500. It performs the same. So, but in overall, I think the build looks great. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thanks, guys. I'll catch you guys another time.